Happy Thursday, church. I'm excited to get to share a thought with you. Recently, I've been thinking about Disney movies. I know it's a little silly, but if you think about it, a lot of the movies are kind of tragedies. There's an orphan in the movie, or at best, a single parent. Something has gone really wrong at the beginning of the movie. And for some of us, that's kind of life. When I think about tragedies, there's a lot of Bible stories that come to mind. Recently, Barbara and I have been reading out of the book of Esther. Now, in Esther's time, there was a king that was very prideful, and he wanted to show off his wife. He wanted his wife to come and be a showpiece, just kind of a showcase for all the other men to look and gawk at. She wouldn't have it, so she didn't go out. And the men told the king, you need to get rid of that woman and you need to find you a new one. In steps Esther. Esther was raised by her uncle Mordecai. She had lost both of her parents at a young age, and Mordecai instilled godly values in her from the very beginning. Well, she went through all the preparations and as you'll remember, eventually became the queen. And there was a man that was a racist man. Not only did he hate Mordecai, but he decided, I won't just take out one person, I'll take out everybody in that man's race. Haman was one man that let his hatred for another man get out of hand. And it was going to cause tragedy for an entire race, all the Jews. Does it sound a little bit familiar with what we're dealing with now? I think that story of Esther is so appropriate because in that story we see one man that told essentially his daughter, which would have been his niece, Esther, how to approach the king, how to deal with the racism, with the hatred of one man. And you know the rest of the story. If you don't, go ahead and go look at it in Esther. But I love how God worked through Mordecai and how he worked through Esther to save an entire people. I think there's a lot of application from that story to our very present circumstance that we're dealing with in America today. But one of the things I want to challenge you with from that story is how God takes a tragedy. God takes a young lady who had lost everything essentially when she was young, lost her parents, and he does something great out of her life. He takes a trial and it becomes a triumph. He takes that test and allows it to become a testimony. God can take anything in your life, whatever is wrong or right, and he can do incredible things through you and in you. Mordecai's challenge to Esther was that maybe God placed you in this position at that time for such a time as this. That's kind of the famous line of the entire book of Esther. I want to challenge you with that thought. Maybe God has placed you in that particular relationship at work for such a time as this. Maybe God is allowing you, not causing, but maybe allowing you to go through a trial right now. And maybe it's for somebody else's good. Maybe it's for your own growth. Maybe it's for some kind of amazing kingdom benefit. Don't ever lose sight of the fact that God's still at work. God takes those little things, even the broken things, and does amazing things out of those. Great kingdom things. Try to zoom out a little bit. Look at the bigger picture and see what God's trying to do through you.